The Liebherr A918 is a compact machine, so it's typically used where space is tight, and it has a weight of around 18 to 20 tonnes. The Liebherr box has a very smart photo with a roller coaster in the background, but it's a bit unusual because it's got a window so you can see the model inside the box. There's also a little sticker that shows the real machine was a winner of a Red Dot Design Award in 2012. When you get it out of the box, you see that the model is contained in a polystyrene tray with a clear plastic former on top. And at the back there's a small plastic bag which contains a couple of spare pins, which is a very nice touch by NZG because if you do lose a pin you've got some spares. To get the model out you just need to lift off the clear plastic lid, and then just be careful to lift the model out holding something solid rather than some of the more delicate pieces. There's no assembly to do on the model, so there's no instructions, but there is one irritating little job, which is to remove some tape around a couple of the connections, and this is a bit fiddly and you have to be careful getting it off that you don't cut the rubber hydraulic lines. The detail on the chassis looks very good with the transmission and gearbox fully modelled, and at the front there's a stabilising blade and the tyres have a really good tread pattern. The cab is high quality with tinted windows, metal grab rail and mirror. There are windscreen wipers and an aerial too, and the internal detail is very good, with tiny joysticks visible. At the back the Liebherr name is cast in relief and there are small warning triangles. The model has excellent intricate painting with the lower rear lights having a tiny silver dot to represent the reversing light. The detailing of the hydraulics is very good with pipes and hoses at the boom foot. There are plenty more hoses running into the engine area, and the top hinges on the panels are neatly picked out in silver. There are more very good hydraulics on the boom and stick and some nice graphics too, and the friction rivets used are really small and unobtrusive. The hoses continue right down to the quick hitch connection, and there's a metal bucket. We'll start the review of the features on the test track, and the chunky rubber tyres roll very well. And the front axle's been modelled with a lot of transverse movement so the machine can go over rough terrain, and it's also got a very good steering angle. It's a bit stiff but it steers well round bends. At the back there's a blade which can be lowered to stabilise the machine whilst it's digging, but it's also a blade so it can be used for dozing applications as well. And when you're driving along you just raise the blade. The body fully rotates so it can take any digging position, and it's smooth without being too loose. The machine is an excavator, and NZG have done a good job to make sure that all of the movements of the boom and the stick are accurately modelled. The hydraulic cylinders have just the right amount of stiffness so that they can hold any pose, and the machine can reach up high or be posed reaching out at a distance, although it's less stable reaching over the side. If you like getting down deep, then the machine can be posed digging at depth, or you can fold it right up small if you want to pose it on a transport low loader, for example. The bucket doesn't have teeth, it has a cutting edge, but it's been neatly implemented with a tilting mechanism. Another very good feature, which is always pleasing on an excavator model, is that the tool can be removed, and on this model there's a couple of steel pins which just pull out, and then you can take the bucket off of the stick. And that gives some good extra flexibility to the model, and no doubt customizers will be able to make their own buckets and tools to fit on the end of the stick. And here's the CranesEtcTV team using the machine to lift a drainage pipe, but it's a fat lot of use with all those holes in it. In summary, NZG have produced a really nice model of the Liebherr A918 excavator. The quality is high with some very nice detailing, and the features are interesting and work well. This is an excavator model that's very easy to highly recommend.